Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hey girlies! As you can see, we're posted up in my bed today because every time I'm in here, we're filming a Q&A or some sort of girl talk video. So you guys on Instagram, as usual, hooked me up with all the topics and all the questions. So we're gonna go ahead and go through those today. I love filming these sit-down videos. I know I've been trying to do more vlogs lately, and that's also why I haven't been uploading as much, because I just keep trying to vlog and vlog and vlog. And sometimes it just doesn't end up being entertaining, or like doesn't come out the way I want it to. So that entire day just kind of like went to waste, so that's why I haven't been uploading as much. So I'm definitely gonna start doing more of these like sit down type of videos. Let me know in the comments below if this is what you guys want to see more on my channel, or if you like the vlogs and kind of like the mix that I'm doing. So we're gonna go ahead and scroll through this and just pick some of the questions out and answer them, and let's just chat together. Get whatever you need, get your snack, get your drink, get that blunt, girl, and let's hang out. So the first question is, how do I stop being so nice? Oh, but like for real though, like sometimes I feel like our niceness or our kindness is taken for granted, and that's how like people start trying to step all over you. People start trying to take advantage. I feel like I was that girl at one point. Like I was just super nice to everybody, like gave everybody like the benefit of the doubt, second, third, fourth chances. As I've gotten older and I've just been screwed over by friends, in relationships, by family members, like my kindness has just kind of like reached that point where it's only gonna be given if it's deserved. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna be rude to people that I don't know. Like if you're a stranger or whatever, like I'm gonna be nice to you, but like if there's been some, you know, problems there, or if I notice that like you're not giving me the same energy, or you're trying to take advantage of my kindness, etc., etc., I'm gonna fall back a little bit. It's all about setting boundaries for yourself at the end of the day. Are you nervous to give birth? Not so much. I feel like with the first time, like with Nyla, I was definitely like scared because I didn't really know what I was going into. And I know I did have an epidural, so like it definitely helped the situation, but an epidural still feels like acid being shot up your back. Like I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like it felt like hot liquid acid, or like hot tea being shot up my back. Like, oh, but I would much rather feel those couple of seconds of burning than many hours of painful labor. I think though, if they told me that I need a C-section, I might actually start getting a little nervous. Is there anything different you're doing this pregnancy? Probably just stressing out a lot less, because I think this time I know like what's coming, and this time I feel a lot more prepared, probably because I just had a baby literally like less than 2 years ago, so I still have all the like stuff from like Nyla's newborn phase and everything, so I'm a lot less stressed to like know that I have, you know, the necessities that I'll need for the baby. Super blessed as well, because a lot of you guys really pitched in and like got me stuff from my baby registry, which I wasn't expecting anybody to get more than maybe like a binky or like a bib here and there, and I would have been 100% totally grateful about that. But some people are like buying the high chair and the crib and the stroller and like the car seat. Like it's like, dude, you guys are like I'm not trying to cry right now, but you guys literally have like shown more support than my own family has. And I guess the only other thing I've been doing different would be like not eating as like unhealthy, because I feel like with Nyla I was like, oh, I'm pregnant, I could eat whatever I want, like blah blah blah, like that's the whole like stereotype, like just eat what you want while you're pregnant. But I ended up with really bad high blood pressure with Nyla, so I'm gonna try to eat a lot more healthy this time. Do you know the gender yet? Yes, I do. I've known for a couple of weeks now. Anthony knows. His family keeps asking like, can you give us hints, like somebody like please tell us something. Like no, we're not saying anything until Christmas, you guys have to wait. Love your videos. And is there any differences between the pregnancies that you noticed? So differences between the pregnancies, I want to do a video called like my first versus my second pregnancy, like all the differences, so I'll definitely do that at the end of it. But what I've noticed so far, I feel like with this baby my hair is growing a lot faster. I know with Nyla my hair, you know, started to kick in a little bit, but it only grew maybe like 2 inches throughout my pregnancy. But this time my hair is growing. I feel like my appetite is not as crazy as it was with Nyla. I was just eating everything I wanted, but I was like hungry too. But this time I feel like I'm only hungry like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, little snack here and there, like it's not super crazy. This time round I'm having back pain earlier in the pregnancy. I already talked to my doctor about it. It's not like intense pain to where it needs to be a concern. It's just I'm having lower back pain already, and I didn't experience that with her yet. And I also feel like I'm showing a lot sooner now. I thought you didn't like being pregnant with Nyla. Why did you choose to have a second so fast? I didn't necessarily say that I didn't like being pregnant with Nyla. I never said that, but I did say that my pregnancy was not, you know, as enjoyable as I expected it to be. But I think that's normal for a lot of first-time moms. Like you're scared, you're stressed out, like it's a big change. And it also didn't help that I've been smoking the ganj since I was 18, and I was smoking, you know, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 years old. I was smoking for like 7 years and I just have to quit. Like, that was really hard. Will you start making music again? Because it always slaps every time. So a couple videos ago, I asked you guys if it would be a good idea if I start getting into music again, because I don't know, I've just been thinking about it. And I think I'm gonna actually give it another chance. So hopefully in the next year or two, you guys will have an R&B album from me. I'm gonna start working on it. I do have like a couple songs that I never ended up releasing, but I am not going to go forward with working with those people any longer. I'm not talking about like Bia Music. They were amazing. I loved working with Britney every single day. But I'm talking about like the people before that. Like, I'm not going to use any of those old songs. We're scrapping them. You still talk to your brother or your family. So if you didn't see the vlog, which I know some of you guys don't watch the vlog videos, so let me just kind of like let you guys know what happened a couple of days ago. So a couple weeks ago, we decided to go to Arizona on a really spontaneous trip. And while we were on our way back home, my friend made the suggestion of like, why don't you go and just like pop up on your family or whatever. So I brought the idea up to Anthony and he said that, hey, if that's what you want to do, like, let's go. So we started driving towards, you know, where I grew up and stuff. But as we got closer to the place, I completely like opted out of it. I just didn't feel comfortable. Like when we entered my city, I kid you not, like I just tensed up. Like I just felt so much like negativity and I was like, I'm pregnant right now. I probably shouldn't be feeling this way and like tensing up and all that. So like, let's just go home. So I have yet to talk to anybody. I'm in a place where they're not trying to make anything better. They're not trying to fix the relationship. It's so weird. My brother actually called me like a week before that and then hung up after the first ring, and Anthony was like, maybe it was butt dial, but like if we haven't talked in years, how do you like butt dial somebody? But it's all good though, because I have all the love and support coming from Anthony's family. So is Nyla a mommy's girl or a daddy's girl? She is a daddy's girl. She looks like him. She acts like him. She is him. Like, I didn't even play a part. I just gave birth to her. I'm just here. Ooh, girl, this is something different. Have you ever had a one-night stand? Like, that's so random. Like, amongst all the like child questions, pregnancy questions, have you ever had a one-night stand, girl? Girl, I thought Anthony was gonna be one and now we getting married. I'm just kidding. That was more so happening in my LA era, not so much anymore. The only problem I had was that after these things that were supposed to be one night, why did they try to turn into relationships and they went really bad? And I should have stayed to the code, but you know what, we set ourselves up. It's okay. We had a lot of fun stories, a lot of fun videos. Challenges of being a young mom, and what have you been doing for me time? Me time, it doesn't exist anymore. I also have this weird attachment issue with Nyla right now. Like, I know she's only one, so like it's normal to feel this way, but like I have this attachment issue where I don't feel comfortable just going and getting my nails done for an hour, because the whole time I'm thinking about like, what is she doing? What is she doing? Does she eat? Is she sleeping? What is she doing? Like, so I don't really get to get a lot of me time. But I guess my me time would be, you know, when I take my hour-long baths, I have all the body scrubs, all the, you know, the creams, just all the products, like, you know, make yourself feel really luxurious. As for like challenges of being a young mom, I wouldn't say it has to do with my age, but more so one of my main challenges is that we don't have family out here. But all Nyla has is Anthony's family, and we have to get on a plane or we have to drive 24 hours. So like, that's the only like hard part. We don't have any help, and as people say, it takes a village to raise a child, and that is very, very true. I love how one of my friends asked, when are you gonna have more babies? Bitch, I'm pregnant. But I do have the intention of probably having my third one and my last one at probably around 30 years old. So I'm gonna give my body a couple of years to just chill out, because I've been pregnant a few times in the last 2 years. How does weed help your mental health? I smoke every day. So I would say that it's definitely helped with my anxiety. Like, not every strain though, because there's definitely been like some strains that kind of like psych me out, or like I'll be in a good mood and I'll smoke and it'll put me in like a worse mood. So you have to like actually look at like all the like different symptoms. Like, is this one good for anxiety? Is this one good for like because there's some that if you read the reviews, people will be like, do not smoke this strain if you have depression. Like, don't smoke this strain if you have blah blah blah. Like, it'll set you off. So I'm very careful when it comes to like certain ones. So I typically avoid indicas because I feel like that kind of like puts me down. I don't know, sativa just kind of like brightens up the day. It kind of like gives you that kick in the butt that you need. Why is it so hard to leave a toxic relationship, and why do men like to control their women? So I'm not every man is going to try to control you. I just want to get that out there right now, because if you are with somebody right now that is trying to tell you what to do, what to wear, who to be around, how to act, what to eat, you're not a doll. You are not their puppy in training, and you need to acknowledge that, and acknowledge that you are your own person, and nobody is the boss of you but you. Everybody has, you know, their own insecurities here and there, and I find that the men that try to control their women are projecting their insecurities on the relationship because they don't feel secure with themselves, so they think that they don't deserve you, so they're going to try to do anything to basically kind of like keep you under lockdown to where you can't kind of slip away. And I have been in that kind of relationship before where, you know, there's also a trauma bond that can form, that, you know, you've gone through so much shit together that you just feel like, how could you start over with someone else? So you kind of get locked into that. And I noticed, like, I felt like toxic relationships were, you know, a regular thing that happened with, you know, some people, but I had no idea like how big of like a thing it is amongst this like generation, I feel like, with dating. Since I saw it on TikTok, you know, those like slides with the Spread Thin song by Mariah the Scientist, where people are like, oh, like I took him back after he had 2 babies with another girl. I had no, like, oh my goodness, like so many people are in toxic ass relationships right now. Just end up seeing them taking them back, and they keep taking them back, they keep taking them back, and girl, I've been in that position. And unfortunately, sometimes we don't have the best example growing up for how to run a relationship. I did not grow up around a healthy relationship with my parents. They, you know, it was always something, fighting, yelling, cussing, something. So I wasn't shown a good example, and sometimes when you're not given that example growing up, you don't know any better. I think sometimes it takes experience and growing. So for some reason my camera cut me off mid-sentence, but basically I was about to start saying that now is a good time to, you know, start building up that support system, reaching out to family, reaching out to friends, because girl, we're human, we slip up sometimes and we can't have our own back. So it's nice to have friends or family to help you get through, you know, transitioning out of this relationship, because it's hard to leave a toxic relationship, as many of you guys know. And it's also a good time to start practicing independence, even if that's just, you know, going grocery shopping alone, running errands alone, going to the gym alone, you know, talking to people and stuff. Just giving yourself that sense of independence again will make it a lot less scary transitioning out of that relationship. And girl, even if you have to, like, it is not embarrassing. You can go get a therapist, you could talk to a professional. They're there for a reason. I'm 5 months postpartum and pregnant again. I don't know how to tell my family. Please tell me how. Girl, you tell them just how you told them the first time. Anthony's stepmom actually like had his little brother and then got pregnant again also like a few months later. So girl, it happens. So that is why most of the time your OBGYN will bring up the conversation of birth control at the end of your pregnancy, because it happens a lot. Are you scared for postpartum depression the second time around? I don't think I'm scared of it, because I think this time I'm aware of my resources, like my therapist, my psychiatrist and stuff. So I feel like this time I'll have like the right people in my corner to, you know, make sure that it doesn't get bad like it did before. Is it hard keeping your child away from your family? And do you still love Anthony the same way after the baby? Yes, it is definitely hard keeping her away from my family, because I wish I could just send a photo of her or FaceTime my family and like, you know, show her and stuff, just how I do with Anthony's grandma or his dad and stuff. But sometimes you have to make hard decisions for the best outcome. It is what it is. As for do I still love Anthony the same after having a baby? I honestly think I love him more. Like seeing how he is with Nyla and seeing like how much he's also changed as well. Not saying that he had to change for the better, but just seeing how he has evolved as a like into a father, you know, like just seeing him go from like stoner Anthony to like dad. Like, I don't know, it's a nice experience, and I love to witness it, and I definitely think I love and respect him a lot more now. Because girl, the shit that I like went through with like my first pregnancy, like it was a lot, and he was there through it all, and he's still here even through all my postpartum and the crazy outlandish shit that I was probably saying and doing. Like, if you weren't a YouTuber, what would be your job? I probably wouldn't have left nursing school, so I'd probably be an RN right now or have my BSN. But I feel like that didn't work out for a reason, so no regrets. I think if you guys all stopped watching, my next career move would probably be real estate, most likely. Where is the cat? Okay, so I actually got like a lot of comments on this in one of my lives. People were like, didn't you have a cat? And then everyone was like, you had a cat. What happened to your cat? Where's your cat? So, as you guys know, I had Salem, which, oh my god, you guys, last night I was in fucking tears. Salem ran away a month before Nyla was born, and it was one of the hardest fucking things ever because I got Salem only like maybe 2 years after Penny. About 2 years after Penny. So, and Penny's about to be 7, so I had him for a while. But last night me and Anthony were outside and this cat jumped on the wall one house over, and it looked exactly like Salem. We got all his like old snacks that we still haven't thrown away. We're outside like, Salem, Salem, like shaking them and stuff, and the cat like ran to like come near us, and then a fucking dog started barking and it took off again. So after a year of him being gone, we thought maybe we could try to get another cat. So we went and got that cat Blaze from Craigslist. Not a smart idea. I should have freaking went to a shelter. That's how I got Salem. I went to a shelter and I got him. I should have went to a shelter, but I ended up going through Craigslist, and he ended up having a lot of really bad health issues. And it got to the point where I just couldn't afford to keep up with all of his medical bills, so I handed him off to somebody who could. He's doing great, he's doing fine, there's nothing to be concerned about. Let's move on to the next question. Are you still attracted to women? I don't really... Does bisexuality go away? I don't really think it goes away. Yes, I am with a man and I am marrying a man, but that doesn't mean that like I'm suddenly like not attracted to women anymore. But I'm like, I don't look at people like that. I only look at Anthony like that. Not a question, but can you please tell us more story times about your time in LA? Love you, girly. So I was talking to my best friend Marcus the other day, and we were talking about this party that I went to, and bitch, tell me why I remembered that I think I got like drugged like at this Halloween party. So I have a whole story time that I kind of want to talk about. I thought I was gonna put it on TikTok, but if you guys want me to put like the full length story time, I could just do it here on my channel instead. But some of the memories and some of the stories are a little traumatizing, so I'm gonna avoid sharing those until after I'm pregnant, because I'm not trying to like be here tensed up and like stressed out, because then the baby's gonna feel that. Any cravings or biggest pregnancy cravings? This time round I would probably have to say hot Cheetos and Chile, like Valentina sauce or like Cholula or something. I just like to put that all over some hot Cheetos and some lime. I haven't been a hot Cheeto girl since high school. Like, I don't know, I graduated and I just wasn't feeling them anymore. Y'all, this baby is craving Red 40. It is craving hot Cheeto spice. It is craving I guess another big craving would have to be sweets. Like, I love cake. I love cheesecake right now. Those are my favorite right now, but I'm definitely not like fulfilling the cravings, because if I did, So I had some questions from my TikTok this morning, so the girls asked if I could include them. So Abigail asked me, can you please tell us how you actually lost all the baby weight? Because I didn't end up posting the freaking workout video. I am so stupid. I'm so annoying. I'm so sorry. Girl, I literally use the workouts for women, and I also use like Daisy Keech and all these other people, and I just kind of like built my own routine. I need to do it. I'm sorry. I need to film it. I promise I will film it with the next baby, or after the baby. But honestly, one of the biggest changes aside from the fitness aspect of it, I had to change my diet, because I was still continuing to eat the same way that I did when I was pregnant, like all the unhealthy stuff. So honestly, like changing your diet is the biggest way that you're gonna notice a difference. And girl, that is easier said than done, because I be struggling sometimes still. Do you ever find yourself getting out of breath doing things around the house? Girl, I'm out of breath right now. Do you regret having your children before getting married? Your old videos you shared different views. Ooh, not Miss Girl clocking me. So you must have been watching my videos from like Simply Nessa 14, okay? Because my views back then and my views now are very different. Like, I feel like I am not the same bitch at all. Sometimes I kind of chuckle to myself, like when I was doing like my OnlyFans stuff, I was like, damn, like younger me would be like, oh my god, like how dare you, like you're so disgusting. But I need you guys to also realize that I also grew up Catholic, and then we converted to Jehovah's Witness. So like I was in very strict religious groups. So a lot of like modern day stuff was considered like evil, demonic, like not good, bad. So I had a different view on the world. It didn't help that I was also trying to hide my bisexual feelings. So I feel like I was just kind of like taking it out on other people. My views back then were definitely like get married and then have kids. And I think I was very vocal about that. And then I got to the point where eventually I was like, I don't think I even want kids. But I think once you meet the right person, all technicalities, all of what you thought you knew can sometimes go out the window. Because I know when I got pregnant with Anthony the first time, we ended up losing that baby, unfortunately, but we were scared, but we were also really excited, and we had the conversation of like, we're having this baby without being married, like our family's gonna be disappointed in us. But we just like talked about it, we're like, we love each other, we respect each other, we want to be with each other forever, even though we haven't been together, like, you know, for years and years, or we're not married yet, but like, we just know, like, when you know, you know. And sometimes when you meet the right person, things can move a little faster, because I was in, you know, other relationships, and never once did I want to have children with any of those people. So I don't regret having children before marriage. I think my views on marriage have definitely changed after like growing up and, you know, seeing how my parents' marriage went. So yes, I'm engaged, yes, I'm getting married and stuff, but you know, the order that we did everything in, it doesn't bother me because I'm happy. No, I don't regret getting pregnant or having babies out of wedlock, which I know I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with, which we all have our own views, but no, I don't regret. It's Ace. Does your house stink? And would you bail me out if I went back to jail? Girly, why are you in and out of jail right now? What's the scariest thing about being a new parent? I have anxiety about everywhere I go in public now. If it's just me by myself, it's just me and Anthony, like his grandma's watching Nyla or something for 30 minutes, whatever, we're going to the store, I feel fine. But if I'm in public, in a grocery store, or even a library, the fucking zoo with Nyla, I have this anxiety that's, I'm just so scared that something bad will happen. And I think that's just me being protective. But I mean, shit has been going on in our society and the world for years, forever, but I feel like people are just out of fucking control right now, and now that I have something I want to protect with my life, it gives me a little anxiety. So sometimes Anthony would be like, let's just go to Target and walk around, and I'm like, no, I only want to go to Target if I need to buy something. I don't go to walk around because I don't need to be out with Nyla and then something fucking happens and I feel guilty because I'm like, oh, we're just walking around. But you can't live your life like that. I know it's not healthy. And he'll tell me like, you can't be scared to live. But like, girl, like I could not live with myself if I wanted to just walk through the aisle because I was bored and something happened. Because somebody else didn't have a good day. So that's probably the hardest part about being a parent, wanting them to be safe 24/7 and knowing that you're not in control of that 24/7. So we're gonna stop the video for today. I don't want to keep you guys here for more than 20 minutes. Thank you for giving me some time out of your day and just hanging out with me. I'm gonna be reading all of your comments as I always do. Make sure you guys follow me on TikTok at MessyNessie15. I don't really use Instagram anymore. I do still post all my stories on there so you guys can like see what I'm doing and stuff when I don't vlog, but I don't really like post pictures and stuff anymore. That's why I just try to promote my TikTok because that's where I'm at. And I'm also back on Twitter at SimplyNessa15 if you want to go and DM me or chat on there. You guys will be getting 2 to 3 videos out of me every single week, so make sure you keep coming back to my channel and checking, because I know a lot of you said that YouTube doesn't even send out my notifications anymore. So if you're still interested and you're still here sticking around, you gotta keep coming back and checking. I'm sorry. Thanks so much for watching. I love you girls, and I'll see you all in my next video. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you do. Become a girly today, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.